Good evening, folks. This is Kelly for Real Cool Papa. Monday night, or Tuesday night, 23rd, I think it is, June. We're in Chautauqua, Kansas at the Neosho River below the dam. Got a lot of white bass and wipers popping the surface in here, chasing the shad around. They pin them to the surface and they come up and hit them. They give that tail a splash to turn and a splash to take off back down to the bottom, so you get that double whack. That's a telltale sign of what's in here and what they're doing. They're all over the river. There's not a lot of them, but they're up by the dam and they're down 30-40 yards below. Well, there's something big right there. Looks like I snagged a drum. Is that a drum? No, I snagged a flathead. Look at that. That's a flathead catfish, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't very big. He probably thinks he's a monster. That hook pulled out of him. There's a Kansas flathead. Maybe weighs a half a pound, I don't know. Back he goes. Well, that's not bad for being the first cast or second cast on the video. Let's see if we can catch something. See if we can catch something a little bigger. The guy behind me asking me questions. I was trying to finally pointing. No, we haven't caught many. I don't know how to react when somebody suddenly shows up in my video I wasn't planning on. Oh, smacked. That little flathead was kind of indicative of the catfish I catch down here. I don't catch very many big ones. Of course, I don't set out to catch big ones either, but I did catch a 26-pound flathead on a white jig and 4-pound line one time while we were down here trying to catch some wipers. That was quite a ride. I hooked another big one evening that just slowly meandered all the way across the river. I finally had to break him off. I couldn't get him to move or off of his course, turn around, slow down, or anything. One thing I do manage to catch a lot of down here is those rocks. One rock in particular, I think it's actually a crack in that shelf out there. Boy, if you get in it and you jerk, you're going to bury the head of your jig in that crack and you're not going to get it back. Many baits as I've lost in that crack, you think I'd filled it up by now. Well, bear with me a moment while I retie. Here's what I'm using, is just an 1/8 ounce painted ball head jig. Wrap that around there 7 times for good luck. through the bottom loop, then through the loop you made, and Viola, there's a knot. Use your proper clippers or scissors to cut that line. Don't use your teeth. You'll wind up with teeth like me. The dentist asked me one time, "Did you want me to grind down that one tooth that looks pretty sharp?" And I said, "No, that's what I used to cut fishing line with." And he said, "Oh my." He said, "How'd you break it off?" And I just looked at him. He said, "Oh." So don't do that. All right, we're gonna see if we can't catch something else. Gotta be a wiper in there, hungry for a white piece of plastic on a sharp piece of steel with a wad of lead on the end of it. This sounds appealing to me. I'd probably bite it if I was swimming around out there. There's a slab of bedrock right in front of me. Goes out about 25 feet to the other side of that current very slightly and drops off. Lots of fish hang out down there, grabbing whatever washes over the top of them. Ah, stole my jig back from that rock. Nasty lead-filled crack down there in the bottom of the river. Now watch, he'll get me again this cast. Caught my first paddlefish down here when I was about 16. Weighed about 20 pounds. That was the biggest fish in the world to me. I'd been trying since I was 12 to catch one. Had not managed to do that yet. That's quite the annual event. March 15th to May 15th. The water's up about 50 degrees. You'll have spoonbill in here if it gets up higher than those people fishing on the other side, up over their heads. It'll be a dandy depth for it. I've been down here when there was 100 cars and trucks parked and more than 100 people, and snagging up and down both sides of the river. My dad and I and my mom went to Silver Dollar City one time. My dad and I rode to Fire in a Hole about 1,000 times. And next year we were down here snagging. Somebody hooked into a spoonbill and my dad yells, "Fire in a hole!" And it caught. And I mean, well, I was 11 or 12 when that happened. Here I am, 59. I still hear people, including myself, yell, "Fire in a hole!" Somebody hangs into a spoonbill. Some of them younger kids think it's cool to yell, "Fish on!" I don't know where they get that. Off some John Madden fishing game or something, I guess. I don't know. Kind of fun to hear somebody yell something 45 years after the old man started the trend. Kind of makes you think he's still alive, still around, at least his memory. Whoop, there's another big old fish splashing up there. And there he is, he hit it. Let's see what he was. He's rounding first base. He's headed for second. Feels like a white bass or wiper or some type, maybe. Got a lot of fight in him. I see some green. Yep, looks like a wiper. Alright. Well, let's hope my line don't break. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. He is 9, 18. He's probably 20, 21 inches long. He weighs about, oh, maybe 5 pounds. He's pretty thick. That is a Kansas wiper out of the Neosho River. I don't know how many hours it takes for me to catch one, but there's a lot of hours between there. What do you think, Johnny?
Good.
Is that a good one?
Good.
That's my buddy Johnny Walker over there fishing with me tonight. That's a wiper. That's what I've been talking about. Okay, back he goes. Belly flop. Didn't look like it hurt him any. Well, I've been down here a while. I got some time. I'm gonna see if I can see if we can catch one more of them rascals. Fish 3 hours and catch 2, and then suddenly think I can catch another one at the next cast. I asked the good Lord for one more wiper so I could get it on video. I got it, and here I am getting greedy. I guess not too greedy, because I'll throw him back. I was getting tired clear up until I caught that fish. That's what happens to you. I love that adrenaline shot when you hook into a big fish and you're ready to do it again, or you're sitting in a deer blind and big old deer walks by, whether you get to harvest that animal or not. That's just God's blessed bounty as far as I'm concerned. And I enjoy standing out here on the bank just watching this stuff go on, even if I don't catch a fish. Dad always said fishing and hunting was the fun. Catching something or taking a deer was a bonus. And I'm inclined to agree with him. Wish he was here standing next to me. Y'all get a chance to fish with your mom, your dad, your brothers. Take it. One of these days you'll be the only one left. Don't mean to bring on a sad note, but it's a fact of life. Spend time with your family. Most of the time they'll love you in spite of yourself. Oh, no. I think there's some big old carp out there that know what a fishing line is. They just swim up, swat that line with their tail. I'd hate to think that was the only wiper out there, and he just, now he's spooked. Ah. That's my jig bouncing across that shelf out there. Sometimes it hits it pretty hard and gives my old heart a start. I've often wondered how many casts I have made with a fishing rod. I'm sure it's absolutely sure it's up in the millions. Some days I think my poor old elbow and shoulder are done for. I had surgery on both shoulders. I swear it's from landing great big fish. You can think what you want. That's kind of what people tell me when I say that. You can think what you want. All right, I'm gonna make this cast my last one. Caught a couple of wipers tonight. You got to see a flathead and one wiper. So I'm going to end this video tonight. One final look at the Neosho River. This is truly God's country, ladies and gentlemen. Got some swimmers and fishermen down there. And just stand here and look where I am. You can see fish busting the surface every 4 or 5 seconds. Johnny, tell them bye. We're going to hang up.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Send me a comment in the comment section. I appreciate it. Good night.